Royals in absolute shock. King Charles has finally swung the axe on his sleazy brother, stripping Prince Andrew of his prince title, booting him from his lavish royal lodge mansion, and sending him packing to some godforsaken corner of the estate. But is this justice, or just a fancy eviction notice? Whispers are swirling. Andrew's not just moving, he's fleeing the UK amid a storm of looming legal battles that could drag the entire monarchy into the Epstein cesspool. Private prosecutions for sexual assault, corruption, even misconduct in public office? The noose is tightening, folks. Today, we're ripping the velvet gloves off and exposing this entitled predator for what he is, a walking embarrassment to the crown, a betrayer of victims, and a sniveling coward dodging accountability like it's the plague. From his creepy Epstein bromance to that multi-million-pound hush money payout, we're diving deep, with evidence that doesn't lie.
Let's start at the rotten core, Jeffrey Epstein.
This wasn't some casual acquaintance. Oh no, Andrew was Epstein's VIP guest, jet-setting on the Lolita Express like it was British Airways first class. Court documents unsealed just days ago, October 2025, fresh as yesterday's scandal, reveal emails where Andrew gushes to Epstein. We're in this together and we'll play soon.
Play what, Andy?
Golf? Or something far more sinister? These aren't tabloid fever dreams. They're straight from the U.S. Virgin Islands lawsuit against J.P. Morgan, settled after exposing how banks funneled cash to Epstein's trafficking ring.
Andrew's name?
Plastered on flight logs 7 times between 1999 and 2002, zipping to Epstein's private island, Little St. James, the pedophile paradise where underage girls were procured like room service. Virginia Giuffre, the brave 17-year-old victim who accused Andrew of assaulting her 3 times, detailed it all in her memoir before her tragic suicide in April 2025. She called him out as Epstein's British connection, and now her family hails this title stripping as a victory, but it's bittersweet. They vow to keep fighting. We will not rest until accountability applies to all abusers and abettors connected to Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Andrew? He denies it all, of course.
Vigorously, as his lawyers love to bleat. But actions scream louder. After Giuffre's 2021 lawsuit in New York, he coughed up £12 million in a 2022 out-of-court settlement. No admission of guilt, just a nod to her suffering as a sex trafficking victim.
Millions from where?
Taxpayer-funded royal perks? His daughters Beatrice and Eugenie's inheritance? It's blood money, plain and simple, buying silence while victims like Giuffre died broken. And get this, even after Epstein's 2019 arrest and suicide, Andrew emailed him in 2010 saying, "I have no immediate plans to drop by New York, but I think I should at some stage soon." Tone deaf?
Try complicit.
This man wasn't just friends with a monster, he partied in the monster's lair. Oh, but let's not forget Andrew's masterclass in self-sabotage, that 2019 BBC Newsnight interview. Emily Maitlis grilled him on Epstein. And Andrew, well, he imploded like a deflating whoopee cushion. "I was at Pizza Express in Woking," he deadpans about the night Giuffre claims he assaulted her. Pizza Express? Really? The man who hobnobbed with billionaires and traffickers couldn't remember a night out with his daughter. He bragged about his unique ability not to sweat post-Falklands War, because, you know, that's relevant to raping a teenager.
And his alibi for not meeting Giuffre? He was too royal to hug, apparently.
I am not one to, as it were, hug that sort of person.
Charming.
The British public watched in horror as this 59-year-old prince sounded like a bumbling Bond villain who'd lost his script.
Result? He stepped down from duties immediately, but not before torching the monarchy's image.
ITV News timeline nails it. From 2010 emails to 2025's title loss, it's a decade of denial. Fast forward to now. King Charles, under fire from protests and the anti-monarchy group Republic camping outside Windsor, finally acts. On October 30, 2025, Buckingham Palace drops the bomb. Andrew's lease on Royal Lodge, that 30-room taxpayer-subsidized palace, is terminated.
Why?
It provided legal protection from eviction.
Poof, gone.
His now plain Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, exiled to Sandringham, 140 miles from the family, like a naughty puppy banished to the kennel. Even Prince William pushed for this, eyeing the lodge for his own family by bonfire night. Good riddance? Partially, but Charles dragged his feet for years, parading Andrew at events until public fury boiled over. Hypocrisy much? The royals shielded their own while Giuffre fought alone. Now, the juicy bit, is Andrew fleeing the UK? Reports scream yes. The News International says the royal boot gives him reason to flee ongoing protests and possible legal action at home. Private prosecution looms for sexual assault, corruption, and misconduct in office, per Daily Mail exclusives. His 65, disgraced, and cornered, whispers of bolting to an unknown destination to dodge the spotlight.
Sandringham?
That's just stage one. Sources hint at sunnier shores where extradition's a joke. This is peak Andrew, entitled cowardice. He abused his power, flying on trafficking jets, allegedly assaulting a minor groomed by his buddy Epstein, then hid behind royal immunity. Remember, his lease wasn't just a home. It was a legal shield, as Palace admitted. Now stripped, his exposed. And like the weasel he is, his scurrying. Ex-posts are ablaze. One user blasts, evidence of Monarchy engaging in child sex trafficking after those "we're in this together" emails leaked. Another, Prince Andrew is losing his title for raping 16-year-old Virginia Giuffre, trafficked out of Mar-a-Lago.
Harsh? No, factual.
And the royals? Still in damage control, no removal from succession line 8th. Government fully supports the title yank but won't touch his throne shot.
Why? Because blood's thicker than justice. Antagonize? Damn right.
Andrew's not a victim. He's a villain who weaponized wealth and title against the vulnerable. Giuffre's family fights on, honoring her as a fierce warrior.
Andrew?
He's the antithesis, a sniveling enabler who partied while girls suffered. If he's fleeing, good, let him rot in exile. But true shock. The royals let it fester this long. Zoom out. This isn't just Andrew's downfall. It's the monarchy's mirror. Charles stripped titles via royal warrants to Justice Minister David Lammy, fancy paperwork to erase his royal highness. But questions linger. Where does Andrew go next?
More legal woes? Will the public buy this as closure?
CNN asks if banishment appeases us. Hell no. Protests rage. Republic demands abolition. Andrew's daughters keep their titles. Fudgy clings to the lodge shadow. The rot spreads, evidence mounts. 2025 court docs show Andrew's post-Epstein emails, ignoring red flags.
He knew, or chose blindness. This fleeing farce?
It's privilege personified, a prince playing victim while survivors bury their dead.
Antagonize him?
Absolutely. He's the poster boy for why royals reek of irrelevance. So, there you have it. Prince Andrew, no, scratch that, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, isn't fleeing justice, he's fleeing consequences he richly deserves. From Epstein's Island jaunts to £12 million payoffs and that lease protection shield, the evidence paints a predator protected by purple prose and palace walls.
King Charles's move shocks the royals? Good, let it.
Virginia Giuffre brought down a prince, but her fight demands more. Full prosecutions, Epstein files unredacted, monarchy accountability. Andrew's arrogance, denials, and now this desperate dash? It's the final nail in his coffin of credibility.
The crown can't polish this turd. What do you think? Is exile enough, or should we demand his head on a pike?
Drop your hottest takes in the comments. Smash like if you're Team Giuffre. Subscribe for the Royal Reckoning series, and share this to every palace apologist you know. Justice isn't royal, it's relentless. Thanks for watching. Stay fierce, stay informed.